Welcome back, yogis. Today we're going to look at Ardha Matsyendrasana. So half Lord of the Fishes, or as I call it, pretzel pose. So to come into this pose, I'm going to show you, we want to start in our staff position first. Now, if this is already uncomfortable and you feel like you need a little bit of padding under your bum, get a blanket, get a cushion, maybe even use a folded jumper. If that just feels like you get more into that correct pelvis position that you need, perfect, do it. Now I'm going to show you with the left leg first. So you're going to bend the left leg and we're going to step it over. Now you want everything to be nice and active. Although we're coming into a twist, we still want to make sure that we're engaging the legs here. So you're pulling your right toes back towards you, you're pressing your left foot down into the ground. Now there's a few variations of where you can put your left arm. We'll go through those in a second. Now your right arm is there behind you to support you. That arm doesn't have to be straight, it can be bent. All we want to make sure is that we're lifting the spine tall. Now if you're locking that arm straight, but it means that that shoulder is up towards the air, that's quite an exaggeration, then just have more of a bend into it. It's just there to keep you upright, and you don't have to have the hand eventually down on the ground when you come into the pose. The key though is to get that twist to help the thoracic spine twist round. Actively press your arm into that leg. So same arm to leg, press the arm into the leg. Again, notice when I press the arm into the leg, my body naturally starts opening round to the side. You're then going to press the leg back into the arm, just get a little bit more good tension so we can get into the deeper stuff, the tendons, the ligaments, all the other wonderful things that we want to try and activate. So the key here is to not just focus on the upper body. Yes, it's a big twist, but still make sure that your legs are nice and active. So you're still pulling your right toes back towards you, pressing the other foot firmly down into the ground. Now with your head, you can either look to the left, out in front, or over your right shoulder, whatever feels comfortable. If you're finding it hard with that backhand to get in a position of where you can feel like you're lifting tall, use a block. And remember, arm doesn't have to be straight. You're just keeping that arm there to help lift the spine tall, stop you from kind of falling over. It's just there to support you. Now there's a few ways that you can do this. You can either use your arm out straight to press into the leg. Maybe if you want to, you can actually grab hold of the leg and then use your hug your leg to help rotate round. Or you can come into like your half cactus position by pressing your elbow into the leg, hand, spread the fingers, try and press the palm back slightly to get in line with the elbow, so we're working the rotation of the shoulders. But however your arm is, we're using it to firmly press into the leg in order to get a little bit more rotation in the upper body. If you've got quite a long wingspan, arm span as I have, you can always grab hold of the big toes of your opposite foot. Yep, just had to make sure that was the opposite side. And if you want, you can even focus on releasing your right arm behind you so that you're expanding through the chest, pressing the fingertips away from your other hand, shoulders away from the ears. If you can stay upright like this, what you can do is come into a half bind. So you're going to take your left hand behind you, hug your right arm round, so your thumb goes down towards the ground, continue to rotate the palm up and then bend the elbow. Now you might not be able to grab the fingertips, which is fine. You can either grab hold of your clothing or use a yoga block. Just make sure though that we're kind of not collapsing down to the ground. We still want to lift the spine and eventually keep the shoulders in a nice straight line. So I'm going to show you this from the other side so that you can see that bind, in case you want to try it. So just check, left foot is in line with your hip, step the right foot over. So one thing that I see, if people are in this position, let me just show you on this side quickly, and they're saying that it's actually really funny on their left ankle, that leg that they've bent, that ankle just feels really crappy. Have a look at where the toes are and just see, if you're trying to have it so that all 10 toes are facing towards the top of the mat, but that feels terrible on the outside of the left ankle, then just turn the toes slightly. Sometimes we can get a little bit hooked on what the exact alignment cues for these poses are, but remember, everybody is completely different. We've all got a different anatomy, especially to the books. and the skeleton that we might see at the doctor's. So you kind of need to make little micro adjustments that are perfect for your body. So I'll show you on the other side. Whether you want to hug the arm, come into that cactus arm, make sure that left shoulder's away from the ear, firmly press the arm into the leg, lift the crown of the spine nice and tall. Now, if you're kind of rolling over forward, you're leaning too far forward. You want to have your bum flat to the floor. You can either stay here, maybe float that left hand off the ground, maybe reach your right arm out straight. If you want to take it into that half bind, take your left hand to your lower back. To come into your full bind, turn your palm behind you of that front arm. Continue to rotate the palm up, interlock the fingers, lift the spine. So remember, if you're here and your fingertips are almost in touching distance, then what you can do is maybe grab hold of your top, use that to try and pull and open through the shoulders, or use a yoga strap or even a belt. But keep lifting the spine up, trying to pull the upper body round so the shoulders is in a nice straight line. So, there's your pretzel pose. Give it a go. Let me know how you get on.
Chingity ching, it's Dominic the donkey.